our story starts in Voltaria, where I was basically chilling and doing Voltaria's things, and then this guy shows up and proceeds to rob me of my valuables. The only specifically looking for quartz. After seeing that I don't have any quartz, he ended up basically going ahead and chasing me down. I ended up running to Sandaria, hiding in Sandaria for like a bit, thinking I was safe, and then he found me, hit again, found me real fast, and so I ran out of Sandaria, and well, one thing led to another, I ended up getting disconnected from the server. And then he ended up saying this, and so as soon as I reconnected from the server, I immediately ran towards Oakendale out of fear, and so went to Oakendale, used the beacons, and proceeded to teleport me to the home of the Magnorites, far down the south, far away from Voltaria, and basically proceeded to hide out in Carthage for a bit. And then he made it very clear I can't now return back to Sandaria. So yeah. And not Sandaria, I meant Voltari, yeah. And yeah. And so I decided to just explore Carthage for a bit until he, well, eventually left. And then he, well, eventually left, and I was the only person on the server. So I said, yeah, if he's gone, I can just happily return back to Voltaria on another day, because I wasn't planning on just returning back to Voltaria immediately. I was planning to just wait out for like a day or two. So yeah, that's all for the story time. On the day where the Voltaris clan announced that they were making a military, specifically the clan master Afton at the time who announced it, he mentioned that the Outlaws clan were wiped out in a 20-minute long war. And so I asked about it, found out it was indeed 20 minutes long, and I, well, didn't believe it, because how can you wipe out a clan, especially the Outlaws clan, in under 20 minutes? So I looked at a map and decided to go investigate on a specific date to find out the truth. And also, I've been wondering this for a while, and so yeah. First thing I did was look for a horse, get a saddle that I kept, and basically march out of Voltaria to Outlaria. And this is the first things I see. Found a town, almost got looked around the town, almost got killed. Found a house, and ended up finding supplies of what the outlaws had in that said town. Then I lost my horse. We found my horse, and I kept looking and couldn't really find any more. But I did find a bunch of open doors, which I guess you can use as evidence of them still being there, or at least any trace of them that is still left. And I decided, hey, it was getting dark, so I say screw it and just rest in that one place I found. As soon as I woke back up, walked around, well, kept heading straight, found this one of the Ardoni shrines, and then as soon as I saw a bunch of orange flowers, I was, this is definitely the place. And so I found a outlaw's village. And then I lost my horse again, and so I had to go back around and find my horse. Got attacked by the undead, and while looking around, kept finding a bunch of stuff that showed evidence of them, well, used to being there. Like a bunch of potatoes, a cross, and yeah. After realizing it was way bit too dangerous for my liking, and decided to basically pack it up for the day and just go back to Voltaria and ride it out. So yeah. Day 2, I went straight back to Outlaria to continue my investigation, look around about the town, and then while wandering around, I found a treehouse with potions and stuff. And I lost my horse, and then got lost a bit, and yeah, found a village, and turned back around, found my horse, and then walked around even more to find something. then found this big crater in the ground, saying that it was another outlawer's civilization. So I looked around, found a zombie horse, and just decided to keep looking. Decided to rest there for a bit, and then my horse disappeared. So I ended up having to walk all the way back to Voltaria because, well, the danger was, well, dangerous because the undead were constantly appearing left and right. So yeah, they were being a problem, a big problem. Day 3, I went back to the area, found the wrong pit, and then eventually found my horse. And then after looking around, I decided to say, you know what? Screw this. I'm going back to Voltaria because I realized that I should just wrap up my entire day of searching. For 3 days, I have been searching, and oh boy, those 3 days were difficult. Constantly being attacked by the undead. They were really a pain. So, and then when I went back to Voltaria, I ended up seeing both one person, I no idea what his name was, and a person who tried to rob me last time. So yeah, we ended up talking a bit and decided that basically I ended up trying to get a song. So yeah, couldn't get one. So yeah, pretty suck. And after a bit, we went up to Northwind, and I decided to say, not say, but I decided to basically get information out of one of them. And well, then it kind of got um I don't know how to describe this next moment. Basically, um he ended up basically asking me why I was so interested in the Outlaws, and so while me and him went up to was in a building, a random building, not random, but yes, yeah, indeed random building up in Northwind in Helpstone. I ended up explaining to him my entire story on why I'm so interested in the Outliers clan. Um, One day I may elaborate or show what was said exactly in detail or full conversation, but nah, not right now. So, yeah, this has been Delphius, and that is the end for this story time. See you next time. So after my day 3 of looking for the Outlaws clan, and before my journey to Northrend, I decided to head back to Voltaria and basically chill. And then I saw these two, and I saw they were heading to Orkindale. So I decided, I'm interested. Let's go see what's happening. And so I ended up following them on my horse. And then, while in the middle of listening in on conversations and stuff, I ended up realizing something. Hold up, there's two horses, and one of them almost looked exactly like mine. And so after a bit of confusion of trying to figure out who horse was who, I ended up figuring out which one was my horse. Then, well, my horse got horse napped, or kidnapped. I don't know what to call it, kidnapped horse. But yeah, and so basically these two, well, mostly this guy, took up my horse. And so I basically went back to Voltaria, because I couldn't really do anything against the guy. And so I was trying to figure out what now, what to do, what's next. But then when I was wandering around his property for a bit, trying to get stuff in the area and basically trying to get myself a song, I ended up realizing, hey man, he brought his horse back to his house. And then I noticed something. My horse was actually there, so I decided to do the most logical decision. If you see your property, take your property back. And so I took back my horse and immediately, quickly rode all the way back to my house in the rest of Altaria. So yeah, that is all for today. Yep.